Hello everyone. Today my friend and I are going to be talking about a serious problem that we are all facing as university students. Plagiarism can be seen as a way of cheating or stealing others' idea. We have all done this at least once in our lifetimes, but I'm sure that when we were younger, we made it and we didn't know it was something bad. But as university students, we have no excuse any longer. Do not feel bad if you have done it once or twice, but this should not become a daily practice in your classes. According to GMLA, Italy and Turkey are considered the countries with the highest percentage of plagiarism. Now I'm going to talk about the main causes of plagiarism. And these are: number one, there's no information about plagiarism in your country. This is something that happens very often in my country because I remember that I heard about this problem almost 3 years ago. Lack of self-confidence. This is simply that we do not trust in our own work. And why? Because we are afraid that what we are writing or what we are expressing in our own words is going to be wrong. Third, poor time management. In my experience, this is a big problem. I leave everything for the last minute, and then when you want to do something good and you have no time, you simply do copy and paste. And number four, instructors may fail to report cheating when it occurs, so students find it easier to copy and paste instead of thinking a little bit more to write a paper. Now my friend Candy is going to talk about ways to avoid plagiarism.
As my friend Gelda said, I am going to talk about ways to avoid plagiarism. According to a website I found on the internet called College Success Story, these are some ways to avoid plagiarism. You have to plan with time and avoid procrastination. When we work with a limit of time, we tend to be careless about what we are doing and may forget to cite correctly or be pushed to use someone else's work as ours. So it is important to start working with ahead of time so we can dedicate more time to our work. We also have to know what plagiarism is. Investigate deeply about plagiarism to avoid committing it because of ignorance. Also, it is very important to know your teacher and your school policies to avoid penalties. We also have to cite internet sources. People tend to think that because the information they are using is freely found on the internet, they don't have to cite. But this is not true. Because the information you have found was written by someone else, it is important that you cite correctly to give them the acknowledge that they did it. We have to take good notes. We have to read the document and write bullet points to help us construct our paper with our own words. And it is important that after we have done writing our paper to read it over again to avoid writing the exact same words as the original document. And finally, whenever you have a doubt about the citation of something, it is better to ask our teacher or a friend about it. In conclusion, we have to acknowledge plagiarism is a big deal, and it is considered one of the most serious offenses in colleges, and it can be punished with suspension or losing points in our assignments. Because of this, it is fundamental that we all know what it is in order to avoid it.